Can the invite list link posted here? Give me a second. Right. Sent the link over to the team. Get this pinned. Alrighty. By the DeFi damsel here. All right, just give it a second here. We're just going to wait, let the team jump in. I know that had a busy AMA scheduled today. I know they did an AMA earlier with Phoenix Holdings, and they have one. The pre-sale goes live with Pink Sale as well, coming up in about 57 minutes. So really excited to have them on here today to highlight, as I mentioned earlier, their pre-sale, which is upcoming on the Avalanche.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Excited to have you here.
Yeah, excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
So I know you and the team have a busy day today with your AMAs. I was just telling everyone you had the earlier one with Phoenix Holdings, and then you have one with the team from Pink Sale at 1 p.m. or 6 p.m. UTC, depending on where everyone is. So that's going to be when your official pre-sale goes live on Avalanche. So really excited to have everybody here. I know people are always looking to jump in and learn more about some of these different chains and these different projects that are releasing on some of the chains outside of BSC. So Karan sent me some info on the team's background, and based on the team's experience, I'm really excited to learn more about this one myself. So
Awesome. Yeah, no, so we're super excited too. Yeah, we have a really busy schedule because we want to get the word out about Sifu Inu, like, to everybody, because we feel that, like, once people learn about it and hear about it, they're just going to really want to be involved in this really exciting new, like, revolutionary project that we have created. So yeah, so Sifu Inu, it's my baby. I'm the founder. You can call me Dee Dee for short, DeFi Damsel. And this is my inaugural project, and I'm really super excited about it.
Oh, I didn't want to cut you off. I was just going to say, is there anybody else from the team we need to get unmuted before I get the recording officially going?
Oh, yeah. No, it's just going to be me speaking today. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Sorry.
So let me fire up the recording here. I want to make sure, because I know you're so excited. I didn't want to miss any of that in the recording.
Yeah. I didn't realize you were recording. I wasn't sure. Okay.
I always make sure I give it a little bit of time to have people kind of join up.
Oh, totally makes sense.
So, all right, let me get it going here. I'll give a quick intro. So, as I mentioned, guys, officially we have Dee Dee here from the team at Sifu Inu. This is a project that has their pre-sale going live through Pink Sale on AVAX, coming up in, what is it, about 55 minutes now. So it's a 450, 420 AVAX soft cap on this. It's a fair launch through the network. So Dee Dee will be able to jump in and explain a little bit more about the project today for everybody here in the channel, but just to give you guys kind of a high level overview, it's a revenue generating token that essentially employs profit sharing, and you guys have some really interesting game theory tokenomics that you'll be able to break through. So I'm a gamer myself, so I'm really excited to learn a little bit more about that side of things in terms of the game economy of what you guys have built up. So I'll pass it over to you, because I know this, like you said, this is your baby. So I'll let you kind of get into it. And I'm super excited to learn more about this one today. Thanks so much for joining us, Dee Dee.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. We're so excited. Yeah, it's super fun. And just a little bit of background on me. I am the founder, and my name is Laura Dennison. I am doxxed. I am all over the place on Facebook, and I have my own YouTube, DeFi Damsel, and we're actually going to be going live there every day to draw the earns or burns. More to come on that. But yeah, my background is I managed a $12 billion treasury and did the accounting for and implemented a new software program, cutting edge software program for Toyota's $12 billion treasury. So although this is my inaugural project, which I'm so excited to do it, I'm very, very, very well qualified to manage a large project. And what inspired me to create Sifu Inu was I got into DeFi like a year ago, and I got my fingers burned. I got a couple projects. Well, the first time I bought something, I actually bought under the question mark on the Binance Smart Chain with a new project that was launching, and I bought the wrong token. I fell for it. I fell for one of the. I didn't grab the right contract address, and I put in the wrong one. I only lost $5, but it was still like lesson learned, right? And then I got involved in another project where Snoop Dogg was supposedly coming on board, and they had all this marketing, and it turned out just to be a slow rug, and it was kind of like, I had some bad experiences. So I got my fingers burned, but most recently I got my fingers burned in the DAO projects, and by DAOs, I mean not the decentralized autonomous, organizations that are mostly for community involvement and voting and that sort of thing. I'm speaking about the slang DAOs that are popular among the it's popular among the DeFi space, and I got burned. I lost a lot of money, and so I was like, I just kept racking my brain. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way to fix all these things. And with my great, extraordinary background in finance and accounting, I'm very well versed on supply and demand. And I was like, this is just like a supply issue. Like, a lot of these things could be fixed with just a very simple, deflationary aspect built into it. So I thought about it, and I called up a really good friend of mine, and I bounced ideas off him for 5 or 6, 7 hours on a call once, and one day, and I was just like, let's fix these. I think we could fix all these problems with these hyper deflationary coins that just launch and then go into oblivion, and the price just drops, and with my background and getting doxxed, so you're not going to get rug pulled, that kind of thing. I really think that we could do it. And then he was like, yeah. And so we bounced ideas back and forth. We're like, okay, there's this problem, so how would we fix that? And we came up with a really good plan, and sort of left it for the day or whatever. And then we came back and revisited it later that night, and oh, no, actually, what had happened was, this is funny. So I normally just watch Netflix and chill, after a long day or whatever on the blockchain. And I happened to turn on just a regular TV, which I very rarely do. And it happened to be on the game show, Deal or No Deal, where they open the suitcases, and it was right when the guy is calling on the phone to make the deal because a different suitcase had been opened, right? And I'm like, that would work for our project that we were talking about today all day. I'm like, that would create a fun aspect that would bring volume if every single day we earned or burned some of the tokens out of circulating supply. That would be so awesome and so fun, and we should totally do it. So I'm like, I call him the next morning because it's already late. He's on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, and it was already late there. And so I called him the next morning, and I told him, we got to do a deal or no deal suitcase, where we open up something, a new wallet is revealed every single day, and it's got a different amount in it, which can create volume and trading activity and earn profits for airdrops through profit sharing. He's like, yeah, we got to do that. So then Sifu Inu, and the whole idea was born. So, I came up with a couple of other things to add here and there. And our main thing is that this is a sustainable project that we want to go long term. We don't want one of these pumps and dumps. And personally, I feel really bad for a lot of the projects where these founders, that have put their blood, sweat, and tears for months and eons into these projects, and they literally only last like a few weeks. I do not want that to happen. I've worked way too hard and spent way, too much time and energy just to let it fail. So I'm like, what could make it be sustainable a long time? I'm like, let's make sure that there's a fun daily, game element of it that will keep the audience drawn in and wanting to watch every day. Is it going to be an earn, or is it going to be a burn? Am I going to get airdropped money? Am I going to, are we going to burn out of supply, which will possibly increase price? What's going to happen? So so that was the idea, and it was born. But I had a concern, and just right up until launch, I was like, my developer Panda, who's on this call in the group chat, hey Panda, he said, what are your pain points? And I said, gosh, I'm really worried about the randomization of the numbers, and I'm worried about manipulation. Being, in a sort of managing a $12 billion treasury for a long time, you have to realize that you have to follow the rules, and the SEC rules are you cannot have any sort of manipulation. And so we put it out there to a software developer community. What can we do? Can we develop something that would truly give us a randomized number that we can draw one of these 1 to 1,000? How are we going to pick this? Is it going to be, how is it going to be done? Is there something we could develop? And it turned out that they all came back with the same thing. No, I mean, we're developing it so we could put it in there so it would be manipulated. So I go, I don't know what to do. I thought of maybe even going to an Academy Award situation where they have Ernst & Young, keep it, and then it's revealed every day or something, but that just seemed really complicated. Anyway, I went to bed on it. The next morning I woke up, and Panda had some exciting news for me. He goes, I cannot wait to show you what I figured out and what I came up with. It's so exciting how we're going to do the randomized numbers draw. And I'm like, okay. And I'm going to show it to you guys in just a minute. And I'm like, okay, how's it going to work? And he's like, well, I reached out to my communities, and they said the only way that you can truly have non-manipulation is have a third party, is to go live, similar to a lottery or a bingo, where they spin the little the canister around and draw a live random number out and record it and have it done live, so that it wasn't pre-planned or pre-recorded. So he's like, the only way you can do it is live. I'm like, okay, well, we could do that. We could go live on YouTube. And he goes, but how are we going to pick I go, but how are we going to pick the randomized numbers? And he goes, well, I found the coolest thing, and I'm going to show it to you now, and I'm going to show it to you guys. If I can share my screen, if that's okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and pull up. Let's see. Oh, that's getting kind of crazy. Okay. Introducing Transaction Street. So Transaction Street is the blockchain, and it's an animated visualization of transactions that are on the blockchain done in a South Park kind of way, where each individual transaction is represented by a different South Park character. And each one of these buses is a block. So what we're going to do live every single day is we're going to come in here and we're going to pick a bus. And once we pick a bus, it's going to be a block, and the block number is here. And in just a few seconds, we'll get a transaction hash number. And look, voila, we have it. And we're going to go with the last 3 numbers. So 594, excluding any letters. So 594, I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. And that is going to be our number from 1 to 1,000, which will determine our earns or our burns. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to come over to our Excel spreadsheet, which is going to be made public on Google Docs, But let's see. I have to stop sharing this. Whoa. Okay, and I'm going to share my Excel spreadsheet. Let's see. I think I can do that. Oh, wait, I have to open it first. Bear with me, everyone. Okay, I think I should have it now. And let's see. Here we go. Now I lost my call. Oh, here. There we go. Okay, and now then we'll come over here and we'll take our number 594 and we'll do a control F, which is a find, and we'll do live every day, our totally randomized number 594, and do a find next, and we'll determine whether 594, oh, 594 is a burn. We've had 2 earns on our other AMAs, but 594 is a burn. And the wallet amounts are TBD. They'll be determined after the Fairlaunch, which goes live in an hour on Pink Sale. And but so I just put a placeholder in of 10 million here, just for example, sort of an example here. And I use the colors. If you're wondering why I chose the blue colors, is because this is the football team that just won the Super Bowl. It also happens to be my team from the city I live in. So go Rams. And anyway, so yeah, so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to determine them live every single day. And once the number is chosen, we're going to come over here and we're going to do a format cells live, and we're going to do strike through. And it'll strike through that number. Now, let's say 594 gets chosen again. We're going to go ahead and do the Price is Right. I like game shows. I like games. I play poker. I love it all. I'm a huge game theory person. But anyway, if we draw 594 again, it'll go without going over, like the Price is Right. We will go to the next one, 593. 592 if both of those are chosen, and so on and so forth until we reach the bottom, and then we'll start even wrapping back around from the top. So yeah, and that's going to be really quick and short, and that is how the earns and burns are going to work. Let's see. Gotta stop sharing. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so that's like the funnest part, in my opinion, is the daily volume and getting everybody involved and getting all the socials involved. That will go live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and be streamed every day. You know, just a quick little tidbit, and we're gonna Twitter it out. We're gonna tweet it out and say, you know, today's an earn day or today's a burn day, and we're going to run promotions too. We're going to have promotions where people may get and we're going to announce it beforehand, so there's no manipulation. We're open kimono, fully transparent at Sifu Inu, and we're going to announce different kinds of promotions, like maybe people who've never sold Sifu Inu are the ones that are going to get the burn, if an earn occurs today. But different kinds of promotions will be up and coming. And I do want to say that in order to prevent the project from really becoming inflated and any problems with that, like a big suitcase gets opened or something like that, it will be airdropped over time, over a little while. So in order to prevent the project from getting overinflated. And I'm going to be managing it. Like, managing a $12 billion treasury, as you can imagine, is like an everyday thing. And so that's what's going to happen. We're going to manage this project every single day. We're going to come in, and depending on inflation or depending on, you know, different things that are going on in the market, if we need to make adjustments in order to ensure Sifu Inu's success, we are going to make the adjustments in the wallets. We will always do it before a drawing and before a snapshot, and it will all be saved publicly on Google Docs. So anybody can come in anytime and see what any of the changes are, and just to be open kimono about it, but we're going to ensure that our project is successful and not let it burn into oblivion with some 80,000 like APY sort of situation. So yeah, so okay, so that's that. Now let me talk a little bit about maybe the tokenomics of Sifu Inu. So when you buy, there's a 10% tax, and then when you sell, there's a 10% tax. So that equals 20%. So your 20% of the tokenomics is 14% of the 20% is an airdrop, and it's an AVAX airdrop. So yes, we are on the Avalanche blockchain, and the reason why we did that is because in the United States, it's very difficult to buy BEP20 tokens. It's just a huge learning curve, and most Americans cannot, we can't on-ramp any fiat onto anything but Coinbase pretty much right now. And Coinbase has AVAX. So that was one of our, one of the many reasons that we chose Avalanche Network. Another one is cheaper fees, faster times. But yeah, for Americans, which is it's like our huge market for us here, and a lot of interest that were coming over from the DAOs, which is our target audience, are from America. And so we wanted to make sure that it was easy to buy. And AVAX is really easy to buy, and just set up a MetaMask and send it over, and, you know, bing, bang, boom, Bob's your uncle, you've got Sifu Inu. Okay, so getting back to the tokenomics. So 14% or 70% of the entire circulating, or the entire profits, will be airdropped to everybody on a randomized weekly basis. So if you're not in it, and it's based on the percent that you hold in your wallet. So if you're not holding any Sifu Inu, you're not going to get your AVAX airdrop. That's in addition to the Sifu earn airdrops as well. So there's two ways to earn in Sifu. It's with AVAX with the weekly profit sharing airdrop, and then with the earn Sifu Inu airdrops that will happen daily. Oh, and one thing I want to add is that there are 600 out of that 1,000 earn or burn days. There are 600 earn days, and there are 400 burn days. We wanted to give you guys a little bit more APY for your earn days, so we did a 60-40 mix. But yeah, so 70% will be airdropped of the profits. Will be airdropped to you back in AVAX, and then the another aspect of the tokenomics, which makes it hyper deflationary. There's two things built into Sifu Inu that make it deflationary. One is the burns, and the daily earn or burns. When the burns are drawn, there is a large probability that when taking out of circulating supply, it could have an impact on price, an upward positive impact on price. And so that's one of the deflationary aspects. The other aspect is that 2% of the tokenomics of the 20% of taxes will go to earns and burns. That's 1% of buys that's split evenly between buys and sells. It just made it easier that way. But the 1% is so 2% is bought back and right in the tokenomics, and then burned right out of circulating supply. So it's always trending towards zero. It will be a scarce asset. And another aspect that I've built into this, because sometimes buybacks and burns don't work. You can't just like put them in place and just say, oh, well, you know, this is deflationary and it's going to trend towards zero because, you know, I have this in place. But that's not true. You have to manage it. And I actually came up with the equation that it's 20%. And if we have an inflation rate, if the burns or the earns are more than 20% of the volume, this is why it has to be managed daily. Because if the earns are more than 20% of the volume, it will be deflationary. So that's when the wallets will be readjusted and move it back into more of a scarcity asset to protect any inflationary aspects that can come into play. And then 2% of the taxes will actually go to marketing. We're really huge on marketing. It's so important. I actually worked for Toyota, but I didn't work for a dealership. I worked for Toyota Motor Sales. And at the time, Toyota was the 5th biggest company in the entire world. And the sales department, they had obviously an amazing marketing team, but I learned so much from there. Even though I wasn't in the accounting department, Toyota was really great and like brought us in and included us on a lot of the sales programs and information, like sort of insider information of what like made them successful and sales and marketing wise. And so I'm going to employ a lot of what I learned in my tenure there and bring it into Sifu Inu, because I know it's successful. I mean, just think about it. Like every time you go to a sporting event, anytime you pick up a cup or look online, or you always see a Toyota thing, and that's what we're gonna do with Sifu Inu. And then the last 2% is for the team, because we deserve something. We worked really hard. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Everything I wanted to tell you guys today. So if you guys have any questions for me or anything, please feel free to ask.
Well, thank you so much for going into a lot of detail for everyone on the channel. It's really exciting. I think I have a couple of questions myself. First question would be like, do you guys have some fun little video reveals, or how do you guys plan on dropping those like wallet opens? Like I was as a fan of the show myself, and like when my girlfriend and I used to go to like the arcade, you know, when we were on vacation, they always have those like deal or no deal games you could play for the tokens, and that was always one of our favorites. So the concept really kind of caught my eye when I had it initially shared to me. So like that's why I was really excited to have you break it down for us. And I know with your background and the background of the developer on this one as well, it's pretty unique how you're planning on doing it.
Yeah, so yes, and so I've actually been working with some animators, and we have some initial ones, little videos of how the earns and burns and wallet amounts are going to be revealed, and more to come on that. We will be live, and so we're going to do it initially kind of how I showed you just now. But there are big plans in the future to be like, because in the last AMA, I was asked how you plan to keep this up every day. And my answer for that is because it was a little bit of a scary endeavor for me to like, you know, never having a day off or always being able to go live with it. And I've decided that I'm going to hire some personalities and some, you know, hosts, like similar like to like a newscast. The news is going on 24/7. There's always some anchor or somebody available. So I'd like to hire like a Pat Sajak or like, you know, a Vanna White to come and like, you know, do the wallet reveal live. And I just think it would be really fun with some really cool graphics and just like some game card like suitcases and that kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, those are my plans for that. I want to do that too. I'm like, that is the goal. That is where we are heading for sure. And it's exciting.
That would be a lot of fun. I think that will kind of, obviously I always see how I can kind of connect things to the mainstream, and I think that will get a lot of eyes on the project too from like the real world, just hearing about that concept and the ability to win, right? So like that's such a fun idea, and it's something that I haven't really seen before. So I mean, I can't wait to kind of see it go live. And I know you guys have your AMA with Pink Sale upcoming in half an hour, so I do want to obviously make sure we have time for the community to get some questions in. I just had a couple. I just had one question myself with regards to the kind of like from your white paper with regards to the supply. So I know that it mentions that the bulk of the supply will be dedicated to the pre-launch or pre-sale buyers, with the remaining about 20% with available at launch. So I was just trying to figure out how the circulation will work depending on how many holders you get. If say you guys filled a soft cap with about 500 AVAX, and it's spread between maybe 250, 300 holders, will that 81% still be spread between those 300 people, or will it be like redistributed? Or kind of just wanted to try and figure out if it's a smaller number of initial holders, if it's still going to be that 81% off the bat.
Strategically, I do I have to look at the numbers when they finally end up. It's a really good question. I am open to, if there's not enough interest, possibly increasing it, because, but we have such big numbers now that we still, I think we'll be fine. My goal is I don't really want to have a project that isn't worth a penny. So my goal is to probably burn a large portion of the tokens once all of this is determined, because I really want to, I mean, my goal is to go to 10 cents. I really just, that's where I want to go with it. So I might initially keep it at the 81%. And I just got asked this question along this lines in the right before this AMA. I got asked in it in our Telegram group. And please, everyone, join our Telegram group. All the information is there, pinned messages. You guys can ask me anything at any time if you guys don't get your questions in today. Just wanted to put that out there. But I did get asked, like, what will happen if 81% of the supply is done at pre-launch and only 19% of the supply is at launch? Like, what's going to prevent people from dumping? And I have to say that it's a secret. I'm not going to tell you guys yet. It's like super exciting, and I have a plan in place. It's pretty freaking amazing, if I do say so myself. It's been done in another project, and I actually got the idea from the other project that shall not be named. But yeah, I took my inspiration off of it, and it really is going to prevent any dumping. So yeah, you guys, if you know, Sifu Inu is a project to hold, not to pump and dump. And I am doing everything in my knowledge, which is a vast amount, to prevent that from happening. So it's a great question. And yeah, I will revisit the supply. I am going to figure all of that out once we have the results of the Fairlaunch. And like I said, Sifu Inu is like, it's no best, only better. That's our motto here. It's continuous improvement, always getting better. There's never a best, like this is the best it could ever be. No, that just doesn't exist. It's always getting better, always continuing improving, always revisiting. If there's errors, you make correction for errors and you move past them. Everybody makes errors. So that's where we're going with that. But it's very exciting, and yeah, so it's a secret.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the answer on that. Just kind of curious. That was like the one thing that I just wanted to touch on before I pass it over to the community. So I will start opening it up. Hardwire, I know you had your hand up there from the get-go, so we'll get you in here for a question. How's it going today?
Hey guys, what's going on? I was just wondering if you were needing any marketing in the future. Just wanted to outreach a hand. So I do a lot of NFT projects and a lot of marketing for various projects that I've seen in CeasersCalls. So if you need a hand with anything, just give me a DM and I'll help you out.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your interest. So you can always reach me at info@sifuinu.io as well. So reach out.
Can you say that one more time? I need to write it down.
Yeah, so you can email me directly at info@sifuinu.io.
All right, great. I will do that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, you guys have a great day.
You too.
So we got up next, we got Jedi here. Jedi, how's it going?
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Hey, how's your day going so far?
Fine. Yeah, my question is for the bond days. Do you have a specific amount of tokens you bond, or is random generation?
Bondus? I'm sorry.
For the bond days, bond days.
Like the
bonus?
Yeah, the bond days.
Oh, the burn days. Well, there's 400 out of 1,000 burn days, and the amounts of the wallets have not been determined yet. It depends on the numbers that result from the Fairlaunch, and they will be revisited every day. I do not have the burn numbers yet. They are going to be TBD based on volume on a daily basis and based on the results of the Fairlaunch for launch. Does that answer your question? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks for your question. Good question.
Should I? So we have up next, we have Frank here. Frank, how's it going today? Hey, Frank, are you there? Give it a shot. If not, we have Christy up. We can get Christy in for a question here.
Oh, woman. Hi, Christy.
Hey, Christy, how's it going today? First
Ooh,
two
we're
were,
having some trouble, huh?
yeah, the first two were quick on the, but you never know. It's just Telegram. Just come to
Totally.
be pretty patient. Hosting the AMAs on my side. Hey,
I'm
Christy,
sure.
we got you unmuted. Sometimes if it is your first time in the channel, the mic will be a little bit fidgety. So like if you go into your settings beside the mic, there is like a push to talk button. And sometimes if you toggle with that, it helps. I'm not sure. Oh, hey, Christy, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey, how's it
Hello.
going?
Fine. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, I just want to find out for the airdrop, the 14%, is it going to be distributed to all holders, or do you should hold a certain amount of token?
It's 10. So we're running a promotion right now. If this is what you're talking about, if you follow us on all of the 5 social medias, and they're in our Telegram group, they're pinned up there, all of the links to our 5 socials, but it includes like my DeFi Damsel, my YouTube channel, where we're going to be going live from, our Telegram group, our Twitters, both my personal Twitter and other Twitters. If you follow us on all 5 of the socials, you will receive a $10 airdrop. It's a manual airdrop, so it will be done. I'm collecting all of the numbers manually, so it's going to be done within a couple days. You're gonna have to give me a minute. I'm gonna try to do it before the first snapshot is taken for the first earn or burn day. But you need, what you need to do to qualify is send me screenshots so I can clearly see your username and that you are subscribed, or that you've joined the group, in 5 screenshots of all 5 of them, and then send me your wallet address, your Avalanche wallet address. And then I will airdrop them to you, and it will hit you directly. I'm airdropping.
Thank you so
$10
much.
is the price right now before launch, so I'm airdropping. Everybody's going to get 15,000 Sifu, which is equivalent to $10 currently. Depending on the fair launch price, though, I mean, could be worth $1 million.
Okay, thank you so much. And
You're
good
welcome,
luck for the
Christy.
project.
Thank you. Good to see a woman on
Bye.
here. Girl power.
Bye.
Thank you.
Very much for the question, Christy. Really appreciate you coming out today. So we have up next here. Oh, Frank, we'll see if we can get you in again. I tried earlier. I know there's a little bit of an issue with the mic there. Let's see if round 2 is a little better for you, Frank.
Well, guys, good day, guys. It's been a while, Maurice. I'm just coming back from work, so I just thought to branch into this MA. So it's sort of nice stuff quite project. But I just have a question. What plans do you have concerning the massive adoption of this project to the space? Talking about massive adoption.
I don't know. I think that was directed to you.
Me?
I don't know. I didn't hear the question. I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't catch the final part, Frank, because like the horn beeped in the background. If you could just repeat that again.
I was talking about massive adoption. Massive adoption. What plans are there for that?
Market adoption. Okay. Just curious about what you're going to do to help with like market adoption of this project, considering like maybe AVAX is a bit of a newer chain or a less frequented chain compared to some of the others in the space.
So, lots and lots and lots of marketing and lots of education. So I spoke about it briefly earlier, but our inspiration on this project had come from a lot of DAOs, or what DeFi called DAOs, which is really just high APY rebasing projects. And our project is a similar rebasing project, and our large our community was mainly based on Avalanche. I'm actually a moderator, and our developer Panda is an admin for a very large group on Facebook, and this idea developed there, and we sort of decided together as a team that it would be advantageous for us to go live on Avalanche, where our target audience is and a lot of our target market is. But we really also wanted to be easy to buy. And for Americans, and I realize that it's not the case for the rest of the world, and I don't want to be sort of Americanized or put in the pigeonhole there, but in America, it's very, very easy to buy Avalanche, AVAX, and it's not easy to buy Binance Smart Coin. You have to, it's so hard, it's difficult, you got to switch it, like you got to swap it 3 times to get it to be EP20, and it's very difficult to on-ramp from Binance.us. It's a horrible platform. They have no customer support. You cannot get fiat onto the blockchain, into DeFi, other than really Coinbase in the United States. And Binance is just not an option on Coinbase. So that was really a huge deciding factor, was ease of use for our target audience. But we are going to educate the rest of the world. And Avalanche is growing. Avalanche is like super, super popular. You know, I won't mention the name of this DAO, but they had $1 billion treasury built on Avalanche, and it's more popular than one may believe. And yes, so I have educational videos coming out. In my last AMA, I spoke about having our artistic, like graphic designers explaining how Sifu Inu works, because of the whiteboard, because I think it'll be better if people could see a visual of how it works, and having them on ramp and moving over to the Binance, from Binance or wherever you're at, to Avalanche. It's really easy though, you guys, and I'll just say it in this AMA. It's chainlist.org. If you got a MetaMask and you got chainlist.org, you just go to chainlist.org, literally type in the word connect your wallet, type in the word Avalanche into the search engine there, and then don't click the test, click the mainnet Avalanche, and boom, send a little AVAX there, swap it over, use Elk Finance. There's tons of videos on Elk Finance, and I actually have some on my channel as well on how to use Elk Finance to move things over. You just swap Binance into AVAX, into Elk, and then Elk into AVAX when you move it across chains. It's a great platform, but it's really easy. So, but education is going to be the way to sort of let the rest of the world know about how to get on the Avalanche network. Hopefully that answered your question. Good question.
No, that was perfect. And I do find as well, utility-based projects on Avalanche or on the AVAX network do tend to do well. So I can agree with that.
Yes, and actually, to be honest with you, there's not as many scams. I mean, there's so many scams and so many rug pulls. It's like daily. It's like, oh, how many rug pulls did Binance Smart Chain have today? Oh, 10 million? Oh, surprise, surprise. And not to really like talk badly about it, but it's just true. And it's just some more credibility on the Avalanche, and it's really fast. And so from our standpoint, and which is going to end up turning out good for the users, is that the transaction fees for airdrop are way less. And so we're going to have to pay less in fees. On Binance Smart Chain, they're 15 cents a piece. That's expensive. When we start really getting up there in numbers, that's like lots and lots and lots of money to pay that for a transaction. Whereas AVAX is like, fractions of a penny. So that is another, like, one of the reasons. We have many, many reasons why. And you know what? If you work a little bit harder for it, all the rewards are just going to seem that much sweeter.
I love it. That was a great answer. Thank you so much, Dee.
Thank
So
you.
we have up next, we got the Surfer, Silver Surfer. How's it going today? Zendaya, Iconic. We got ES as well. Sadiq's been up. Got a lot of good questions in here. How's it going, Silver?
Yeah, pretty fine, pretty fine. Yeah, so I got a question about your project. So we see every day that there are many new launches based on meme coins, such that in is pumping today, that in is pumping today. And when we look after that, after a week, after a month, we don't listen much about them. Because maybe they come with great utilities in marketing, but still people get in the ride when they are trending or pumping, and they leave the project after getting good profits. And that's why many projects didn't hold their positions in the BSC for long time, based on the with especially including the name Inu in it, because people take it lightly as a meme coin and takes profit 5x 10x and just sold their all back. So what your project does and things to make investors to get with you for the long term and not sold for some cheap profits, and as well as to sold all their backs.
Yeah, no, great project. And that's why I developed the game theory tokenomics to build in an exciting, fun community involvement that was daily. So it will produce volume. So it just doesn't just die and get forgotten about like any other meme coin. So we have wonderful marketing team that put in place, all of this marketing pre-launch, and they're going to be continuing afterwards. And we're going to be doing the daily earns and burns, the daily drawings. And it's just going to grow because the daily earns and burns are what keeps people in the project. Like you said, they get forgotten about. They turn into dust. And I'm not going to let that happen with this project because it's built right into it. As long as we do the daily earns and burns, people are going to tune in. I mean, look at Survivor. Survivor has had like 20 years, like I still tune into it. I love it. Every single, week, like, who's going to win the $1 million? That's exciting. That's exciting. And this has not been done ever. This is it. Like, who is not going to want to go, hey, yeah, this is new. It's a meme coin, blah, blah, blah. Inu, I get it. That's why on our website we say the funnily named token, and it's just fly by night, like all the rest of them kind of thing. But it's not. It's totally different. It's totally new, totally something that's never been done before, and it's got baked in fun cliffhangers every single day. Like, what is going to be the earn or burn today? What's the wallet? Is it going to be an earn? Is it going to be a burn? Am I going to get airdropped my AVAX today? It keeps you in the game. It keeps you attracted. It keeps you engaged. That's what sets Sifu Inu apart from everybody else. There's nothing like it. Nothing. And once this word gets out, people are going to realize that, and they're going to want to be a part of it every day. I'm confident in it. I know.
Silver.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Send it to the moon.
Yes, yay! Thank you, Silver Surfer. I love your name. That's so fun. I live in a surfing community. I grew up in Palos Verdes, California. Surfers, yes, love them. I always kind of got scared of surfing myself, but I definitely gave back rubs to all my friends after they were sore from surfing all day.
Yeah,
to the moon. Let's go.
Snowboarding or surfing, that's not for me. I don't have the balance for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm too tall for that. I fall down way too easy.
How tall are you?
Like 6'4".
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you are pretty tall.
We got We got Iconic here up next. Iconic, how's it going?
Hey, how's everyone doing today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, yeah. So for DeFi, you seem so hyped and excited about this. I get this is your new baby's getting to be born. I feel your
Yeah.
energy. I'm getting excited about listening to this. So,
Oh, thank you.
I've got quite a simple question to ask, but so you've got private sales happening. Is it already happening, or is it going to happen?
No, the private sales are done. The Fairlaunch starts in, what time is it? 10 minutes. 9 minutes. Fairlaunch starts.
Today.
Mm-hmm. Today, and it's
Okay.
24 hours long. And after that, and it's a fair launch. So there's 420, 420, because I thought it was funny. 420 soft cap. And if it's not reached, which I'm almost like 99% sure that it's going to be reached, the price will be determined based on the performance within the 24 hours, if you know how fair launches work, which I'm guessing most of you guys do, but if you want me to talk about it, let me know.
For me it's good. Yeah, I'm pretty excited and hyped about this. This is going to be
thank you. Are you from Australia?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yes, I can hear it. And you know, our developer is from Australia as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes. It's so exciting. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love to have the Aussies in here. I've been to Sydney and the Great Barrier Reef. I went snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef. It was amazing. I saw a cod. His name was Daisy. I'll never forget. The thing was the size of my minivan. I mean, it was humongous. It was so cool. I love it there. Thanks for your question.
Good luck for you. Good luck for
oh, thank you.
Let's go to the moon.
Let's go to the moon. Yes.
Thanks, Iconic. Thanks so much for the question, man, and thank you for coming out. So we have up next Zendaya. Zendaya, how's it going? Get to as many questions as I can. I know that Didi has to be going in about 7 minutes for her next AMA, so try and get these in as well. But I do want to leave at least 2 minutes at the end for kind of our closing statements. So we got about another 5 minutes of questions here, guys. So you are up, Zendaya. Give it. Oh, Zendaya got dropped and had to put their hand back up. So give me a second, Zendaya. Oh, I can't find you right now. All right. So okay, I'll go to the next question. I don't see them in the call anymore. We got ES here. How's it going today, ES?
Hello, Morris. Thank you so much for another opportunity. And
of course,
DeFi Damsel, Didi. Congratulations on your work so far. Yeah, well done. Yes. I must say I appreciate all the hard work you've put in so far into your project and the new features. Your good thinking has brought in so many good things. But I wanted to ask if perhaps in future you have any plans to add some use cases, perhaps solutions to real problems to your project, so that apart from the meme coin thing is all over the place, even though you're coming in within these new features, if you add use cases that solve real problems, that would also help your project get to the moon faster.
Yes, Excellent question. First of all, thank you so much for your very kind words that made me smile. And secondly, absolutely, I have plans to make a use case out of it. I'm not sure whether it would be like a play to earn or a metaverse, or I'm not sure. I'm open. Like I said, there's no best, only better, continuous improvement. And I agree with you 100 billion%. And we're actually already starting to look down the line to the future and think about what use cases would be the most successful and would work best for our rewards token. If you have any suggestions, DM me. DM me. Let me know if you have any ideas. I'm very open to hearing them. I am very approachable and very, you know, I'm just very sort of easygoing and adaptable. I just want the success of Sifu Inu, and I agree with you that with some use case, it will definitely help it go to the moon faster. And so I am absolutely open to putting that in place and plan to.
It's heartwarming to hear that coming from you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Thanks so much for the question. Yes. Really appreciate seeing you out here again today. So guys, I gotta apologize for those that I couldn't get your hands up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give away a couple of random listening prizes. So I'll do a couple 0.1 BNBs. So if you want to just tell me when to stop twice, Didi, I'm scrolling through our participants list right now. So just give me a couple.
Okay, ready? We gotta build it up. Are you going? Are you scrolling?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're scrolling and we're gonna stop in 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Alex, I'm DMing you right now. Alex with a picture of a dog. 0.1.
Yay, Alex! Woohoo! Woo woo! 0.1 BNB. Change it to AVAX and buy some Sifu Inu through Elk Finance. Swap it.
Convert that. Okay, so there we go, Alex. I'm
Exactly.
messaging you now. Perfect. And then autocorrect in my phone when I tried to message Alex, it says soft in. That's not I had to make sure.
Oh my gosh, I get the word seafood. I get so many different ones. It's so funny.
Yeah, I know. Phone kills me sometimes. I record, like when I was first started taking over the lounge in December, I recorded a title and it like auto corrected to something funny, and then I didn't realize it and it saved, and then I had to like download on my computer, automatically edit it.
Okay.
So we'll do the second.
I hate that.
Here. If you want to give me one more stop, I got my list up.
Sure. Let's go. Scroll, scroll, scroll. And we're going to stop in 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Crypto forever. Crypto forever.
Yay! I love the name. Crypto forever. Awesome. Congrats.
Perfect. It didn't autocorrect this time, so that's good. Okay, crypto forever. I sent you a DM. So I just wanted to summarize and say thank you so much for coming out today. I really appreciate, obviously, you had an amazing energy. I think everybody in the comment section and the questions really connects with the energy and the passion you've put into this. Clearly, as you said, you haven't had the best experience in the space kind of yourself with some of the projects you've jumped in. And I know yourself and the team have quite an impressive background. So it's nice to see you put together a group of individuals who are looking to try and make a change. So obviously, as you mentioned, AVAX does have a lot of benefits in terms of speed and kind of safety from that side of things. So hopefully people can kind of navigate over, check out the pre-sale. As we mentioned, it's going live officially now. I know I have to let you go for your AMA with Pink Sale. So if you want to just kind of summarize it quickly from your end, I'll get the recording wrapped up and sent over. But thank you so much for coming out today.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to say thank you to everybody in the community for all your kind words, wonderful questions today. I've just had the best time doing this AMA. I feel like a kid at Christmas time. This has all just been so much fun, and we're so excited. And please join us in Sifu Inu for this journey, because it's so exciting, and we are just so thrilled that it's going off already so well. And we know that with our strong backgrounds and with our engagement and level from you guys as well as from us, is that it's just going to go to the moon. So thank you. I appreciate you being here today, everybody. Thank you so much.